Come back to my channel. This is Angelo Christmas and me documenting my journey to $20,000 a month in high ticket sales. So in today's video, we're going to do a recap in terms of where I'm at so far in my journey and what I'm expecting moving forward in the upcoming months. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I stepped out my comfort zone. I left my fitness offer that I was selling and I decided to go all in and actually find a BizUp offer that I want to sell, that I enjoy selling, because that's always been what I wanted to sell. And the only reason I was staying on the fitness offer is because I was more comfortable with that. It was more stable, it was more comfortable. But deep down, even though I had the potential there to hit my goals, deep down I wanted something different. But I was too scared to take that step. However, I just bit the bullet. I said, fuck it. I'm going to do what's aligned with my long term goals. And I'm going to act in alignment with the person I want to be and the goals that I want to achieve, even outside of sales. And that was getting on BizUp offer, which is helping people make money online. So ever since then, I'm onboarding at the moment for a really good offer. It's actually a webinar that the influencer is doing. They're anticipating to generate like $10 million in cash collected for the webinar. And I'm one of the closers that's going to be selling from the webinar. So it's quite interesting because they mentioned that they interviewed over 3,000 people. And from those 3,000, there's only about 50 to 100 closers on there, which I'm one of them. And yeah, they're anticipating a lot of leads to come in from the webinar. Basically, from the webinar, once the webinar is done, they're going to pitch them a 997 course. And then from there, they book a call with the closers for the onboarding call. And then we will try and upsell them into another program that can provide more support and guidance, which obviously is worth more. And then that's going to give them a better chance of getting to their goals and quicker as well. And that's how we get paid on commission. And really excited because they said that the top closer is getting a $10,000 bonus. So I'm going to be gunning for that for sure. And I'm going to be making sure that I do everything in my power to be the top closer on the offer, because I know I can do it. And then from there, like once the webinar is done, they will see like who's the top closers, who's performing well. And then from there, they'll have opportunities for us to, either stay on that offer or work on other offers in the ecosystem. So I know that if I give this my all and I do well, then I will find another offer pretty easily, and I'm going to give it my best. Now, aside from that, though, there is another offer that I'm currently interviewing for. It's the one I spoke about in my previous video. This one is a really good offer too because it's not for a webinar, it's just a full-time offer. And to be honest, these two are very good. Like I'm 50-50 between these two. The good thing about this other offer that I'm talking about is that I really see myself closing there like long term. It's a really solid offer. It's been around for years. They make, around $1 million a month. The top closer there does like 30K a month pretty consistently, I assume. And it's helping people that are everyday people like 9 to 5ers get out of that life and start making money online. So I'm really excited for that offer. I went through to the next interview phase based on the last updates I shared last week. And it was basically a role play call with the sales manager. I did pretty good on that call. And he basically said that he's going to let me know this week whether he's moving forward with me or quite some other closers, because he had a lot of other closers he's speaking with. So for now, I'm just giving the webinar offer my full focus. However, if he decides that, he feels I'm a good fit, he wants to move forward with me, then I might split my focus between the two or just give that offer my full focus. Because, like I said, that's a really solid offer. I see myself closing there long term if I decide to do so, because it's a pretty nice offer, generates really good results. The work environment is good, and the earning potential is really what I would want to make as a closer, and the offer itself is aligned with what I want to sell. So if I don't get that one, it's not the end of the world, because then I can just give this webinar my full focus and make it my mission to become the top closer. And if I do get that offer, then I can maybe focus on that one instead of the webinar. But either way, I got an offer in place already. Actually going to start taking calls tomorrow on the webinar offer. So really excited for that. and I'm really excited to do some damage on that offer. The avatar for that one is quite of a younger demographic, so pretty much people that are like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, people that are like, young kids want to make money online, and it's my job to help them uncover their problems and help them onboard them into a program that's going to actually give them a lot of support that can help them get closer to their goals. So I'm really excited for that. And the biggest reason for that is because I feel like it's going to be really uh, interesting talking to these prospects, because I'm normally used to talking to like older prospects that are like in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. But speaking to a younger demographic, it's going to kind of feel like I'm speaking to a younger me, because I've been in their shoes where they just stuck living a normal life, 9 to 5, college, and I've managed to escape that sort of life and start making money online. So I'm really excited to help them also make that change, and help them change their beliefs, give them more empowering beliefs, and put them in the best position to actually be successful. I feel like it's going to be really, really cool. And that's in terms of where I'm at the moment in terms of like offers. So as I said, gonna start taking calls tomorrow. Really excited to do some big damage there. And aside from that, like, I expected to get on an offer much sooner, but because it took longer than expected, I am facing a bit of, I guess, financial pressure, strain, you could call it, because not much money is coming in since I never really closed much last month, and this month I never really work. I've just been mainly training, developing, and looking for offers. So that being said, things are a bit, I guess, not shaky, but they could be better financially, in terms of what I need to pay for and investments I need to cover. So yeah, but the main reason I'm bringing this up is because if I didn't make that decision to leave my fitness offer and just stay comfortable, I would probably be okay now financially. I wouldn't be dealing with this pressure right now where I'm a bit, concerned how I'm going to make certain things work financially. When's that next sort of money coming in to pay for the things I need to. But that's where the biggest growth happens. Even though I'm facing this uncertainty right now in my personal life and in terms of like finances, I'm still so confident and so I have full conviction in myself that even though I'm kind of at a low right now, in the past something like this would throw me off completely. Like my headspace would be completely fucked. I would be like stressing, I would be like panicking. I'd almost go into scarcity mode. It's pretty crazy back then. But because I've grown so much now, I'm able to handle things like this like a fucking G. I don't let it get to me. Yes, obviously things could be better, but I know that what I'm dealing with now is just a simple bump in the road. It's making me stronger. It's making me become the man I need to be successful. To hit those 20K months in sales, hit those 50K months, 100K months, even $1 million months, and even beyond that, right? You become a different kind of beast when you have no doubt in your soul that you will be successful. Because then every time something bad happens to you, when unexpected things pop up, for example, like I never do my taxes. So last year I quit my job, like I was working a normal 9 to 5. And ever since I quit my job, I've just been making money from sales online. And I was supposed to do my taxes on my own, but I never end up doing the taxes. And it got to a point now where the government saw us here in South Africa. They gave me like, not a small amount of fine. They gave me a pretty big fine. Now I have to pay that because I didn't do my taxes. So, there's always lessons to learn from whenever you face uncertainty, whenever you face, bad times in your life, but don't ever view them as bad times. You know, yes, it might be hard in the moment. Yes, you might not feel like, you might feel like you don't know what to do, but as long as you remain calm, remain composed, and understand that this is just one minor bump in the road on your massive journey towards succeeding. Because if I think about my life, 5 years from now, where I'm making like over $1 million a month in my business, and I'm gonna keep this video on my YouTube channel and think about how last month I only made like $1,500, and this month I haven't even made any money so far, and we're more than halfway into the month, and I got a big bill to pay the tax man, and I got investments I need to cover that. I need to figure out how I'm going to make that work, and I got bills to see to, you know. And as you can see, I'm saying all this with a big smile on my face because I know that when I'm living the life I truly envision myself living, this is simply going to be a story I get to tell one day, you know. So that's always the mindset I encourage anyone watching this to have. Don't ever think about things in the moment, or don't ever make decisions based on what you're experiencing right now. Always envision the end goal. Always make decisions. Always take actions and make decisions that are aligned with the person you're working towards becoming, not the person you are right now. Right? Because I know that me facing all this uncertainty now, all this pressure, all these changes in my life, I know that this is making me get one step closer towards being the person I want to be. And I know that I'm so close to hitting my breakthrough. I can taste it. I can literally feel it. Do you understand? So always make the brave choices. The point I'm trying to make in this video. That's what's really going to separate the people that achieve extremely great things in life, become extremely successful, and really make a huge, massive impact on the world. If you want to keep playing it safe, that's okay. That's on you. You're not forced to make the brave choice. But if you truly want to be successful and achieve great things in your life, you have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. You have to be willing to make moves even when things aren't, even when your life isn't perfect. When people always think, like Alex Hormozi says, people wait for the perfect conditions to start something or take action, without realizing that there's never a perfect time. The only perfect condition is to start, is to take action. And as long as you continue doing that and act in alignment with those things, you will soon enough become the person you're working towards being and achieve everything you want to achieve in your life. As long as you don't give up, as long as you remain calm, composed, and as long as you're doing everything in your power to focus on the inputs. It's one thing to want to be successful, or want to make $20,000 a month, or want to make $100,000 a month, $1 million a month, but it's a different thing to actually put in the work required to get to that level, right? So as long as you understand where you want to go, you're willing to do what's required to get there, you're willing to show up every single day for yourself, never let a bad day get in the way of you doing what you know you should be doing. As long as you keep moving forward and stay on the path, you will get there. As long as you don't give up and you don't do dumb shit, right? So that's where I'm at in my journey so far. It's been amazing journey, and I'm really proud to be sharing this with the world. Not just with the world. Obviously, I want people to see this, but more so for myself. Me making this video is something that the old me would never do. I wanted to start YouTube for a long time, but I never worked up the courage and bravery to do it. But I'm glad I did take that step, and I've been uploading videos consistently, tracking my journey, tracking my progress, and documenting what I'm going through, what I'm learning, because I know that, in a few years' time, when I've achieved, everything I want to achieve, it's going to be so amazing looking back on these videos to think how far I've came, and how much I've done in that amount of time. So this is another point, if I didn't find the courage and bravery to make these YouTube videos, I wouldn't be on here today speaking to the camera, by myself, talking at the camera about my life. But I'm doing this to, one, document my journey for myself, and two, to also show people out there that you can do it too. You can be successful. You can achieve anything you want in your life. That's my main mission. That's my main purpose, in life, is to help others achieve more, become more, and achieve the goals they want in their life. So if me making these videos can help inspire one person watching this, then I consider that a huge win for me, because that's ultimately, what I find truly fulfilling, is to help people win, people that truly want to win, because a lot of people say they want to win, but they're not willing to do what it takes to win. Even when someone can give them advice or tell them what they should be doing, or what they advise them on how they should spend their time or what they should do, at first they can act like they want to succeed, but once they are given with actually putting their words to the test, then you quickly notice that majority of the people aren't actually prepared to do what it takes to be successful. And that's a beautiful thing, because that means that as long as you don't do what they do, you will be successful. Because to become the top 1%, you can't expect to get there while doing what the 99% of the rest of the world are doing. You can't expect to be ordinary and and achieve extraordinary results. It just doesn't make sense. So in your life, I challenge you to figure out, where you've been behaving in an ordinary way, and figure out where it's not serving you. You know, figure out what you want in your life, and break down and analyze on a daily basis if the actions you are taking are aligned with that outcome you want in your life. And if you're not, then you've got some work to do. Don't beat yourself up about it. Whether it's 3 years, whether it's been 6 months, 1 week, 5 years, 10 years you've wasted in terms of delaying you taking action or not taking action, that's in the past, right? Don't beat yourself up about it, because this is something I made a big mistake with in my life. Whenever I would mess up, or make a mistake, or not put the work in when I know I should have done so, I would be really hard on myself and be extremely disappointed and make myself feel like I'm a failure, like I'm not good enough. And there is pros and cons to doing that, but as long as you don't let that put you in a negative state of mind. So anytime you face something that you could have done better, always understand that, use it as a lesson, learn from it, improve, and don't ponder on the past, right? Don't make yourself think that because you failed once or twice or 3 times that you're not good enough. Just learn from it, take it with a grain of salt, and continue pushing through, because that's what it takes to actually be successful. So that's it for today's video. I know it was a bit of a longer one, but I hope you enjoyed it and hope it is helpful to someone out there. And yeah, as always, thanks for sticking around. Make sure you drop a like, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, if you want to take a look at my social media, follow my journey a bit closer, maybe connect with me if you want, my links will be down below in the description. So aside from that, have an amazing day and stay safe as well. Bye.